Hello there YouTube land, welcome back to my channel, and today we have the first of my several reviews. The first being these, which are the glasses that I mentioned in my last video, the 1080p camera glasses. Fairly nice box. It does say on the specifications that this camera runs at 30 frames per second. That I seriously doubt, but we shall see. Okay, so we've got a little bag which I'm assuming is where the glasses are. The instruction manual, cleaning cloth, and some paper bag, but I don't know what that's for. So let's have a look at the glasses themselves. Okay, here we have them. I don't think they are the smartest fashion statement in the world, but at the end of the day, I don't really want them as a pair of spy glasses. I want them to be more of a functional shooting tool. Although, having seen where the camera is situated, which is there, I think I might have some issues in terms of getting shots from the gun. But we will see. We will see. So it's all plastic, quite a shiny plastic. They feel fairly sturdy. They don't feel like they're going to fall apart at any moment, but that remains to be seen. So let's see what they feel like when you're wearing them. Okay, well, from the front, look like any other pair of glasses, I suppose. On the side, these are a little bit thick, obviously to house the camera and the mechanics, etc. I don't think they're too bad in terms of how they look, but for me it's not about how they look, it's about how they operate and what the footage is going to be like. So let's take a closer look at the controls. So first of all, there's the micro USB slot, which is the port that you obviously use to download the footage and photographs, and also to charge the internal battery. If we close that, that is where the SD card sits. Just in there. So you can just see the end of it. I'm sorry it's difficult with one hand, as the vicar said to the choir boy. So that's where the SD card goes. I've got a 32 gig card in there at the moment, but I don't know whether that's going to be needed to be that big. And that's the camera in the left hand arm. So on the left arm on the inside you'll see a little button there, and that's pretty much the only control there is. You press that and hold it, and on comes the light. I think, yep, when it flashes like that, it's ready to be recording. You'd have to actually look at the manual to see how they work, but that's the operating button anyway. I think what most people are going to be interested in is what the footage actually looks like. I think the microphone is going to pick up a lot of wind noise. Oh, hello there, fella. Well, what's my impression? I'm not particularly impressed, to be fair, although the image quality does appear to be fairly good. The problem I found is that, as you probably saw on the footage there, it jumps quite a lot. It's quite jumpy and jerky. I don't think it's 30 frames per second like it's claiming. I don't know. I'm not really a tech wizard, unfortunately. And it kept pausing as well and jumping, which is not going to be much good for what I want to use it for. And the other problem that I've discovered, which I suspected from the beginning, was the position of the camera is going to make it fairly useless from the point of view of a point of view or a POV piece of kit while I'm shooting. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so here we have my Armsan A612 12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun, which is what I use predominantly for pigeon shooting. And immediately the problem that I found with these glasses, apart from what I've already mentioned, is that when I aim, the camera obviously isn't looking in the correct direction, it's looking crossways. So from a POV shooting point of view, that's neither use nor ornament, I'm afraid, which is a shame. Okay, so let's try these glasses in the way that they're meant to be used. So this is my courtesy car that I've been given while mine is in for repair. So let's see. This is the first time I've driven this, so wish me luck. Bloody hell, I don't like the clutch. The clutch is a little bit high. So let's go for a little drive and see how these glasses perform in an everyday situation or scenario. Ooh, I'm not keen on brakes either. Nothing worse than driving a car that you've not driven before, is there? Bit snatchy. That's only because I'm not used to it though. I'm not going to risk that because I don't know how the car's going to perform, so I'm not going to risk trying to get out of a junction without it being clear. Although it shouldn't take me too long to get used to the clutch, but off we go. Now the reviews I've seen on these glasses before have all said pretty much the same thing in terms of what the picture quality is like, or the frame rate at least. As I said before, I'm not a tech guru, so I don't know the ins and outs of frame rates and all this kind of stuff, or what the difference is between a good frame rate and a bad frame rate and all this kind of thing. Perhaps someone could enlighten me. Most of the other reviews seem to be saying that when you move your head around, or the camera's moving, because it's a slow frame rate, you tend to get blurring and jumping and jittering and that kind of thing. But we'll see. This will be a true test of whether they're any good or not. I guess if they are, you could use them instead of a dash cam. Let's go up here. Let's go on to my old stomping grounds where I used to go as a child. Blimey, I don't envy these drivers, I'll tell you that. Back of a bloody thingy. Ah, thank you fella, thank you. My goodness, it's only a few hundred yards as the crow flies from my house, but it's a different world here. It reminds me so much of being a child. The hours and hours we spent down here as children, just playing. Amazing. It's making me feel old. Must be 35-40 years since I was at school down here. Doesn't seem to have changed all that much either, which is nice. There's my old school. I don't know if you can see it, but that's my old school. Many a happy memory at that school. It was called Falkirk School in those days. That line of trees there we used to play in every meal time, every lunchtime. And at the top of this lane, it doesn't look like it's there anymore, but there used to be a lamppost right at the very top of this lane. Just on the corner here, about where that grey sign is now, there was a lamppost. And I remember smashing a stink bomb at the base of it as a child, when stink bombs were popular. So, I suppose I could use them just for filming someone else shooting, like my brother, and he could put them on and film while I'm shooting. That would work, but from a POV point of view, it's not really going to work, which is really the reason that I wanted them in the first place. Summary, not really totally impressed, I'm afraid. I think if you wanted to get some of these glasses, I would look elsewhere, unless you just want them for what they're designed for, and that's for spying and for secret recording and things like that. But from a shooter's point of view, probably not the best piece of kit. But I'll keep them and I'll persevere and see how we go. But thanks for watching this short review, and keep tuned for the next one. The next one will be the fast fire gun lamp. Thanks for watching.